Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Larry Lursey. Welcome back to the channel. We've got another great episode today. We're going to be doing another one of our 7 questions episodes. And what this is I find a photographer or digital artist whose work I admire, and I basically do an interview with them that consists of 7 questions. And so we find out a little bit about their work and their creative process, things they do like that. And along the way, we find out a little bit about them personally as well. So it's a lot of fun, and I think you'll enjoy it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring the bell so that you get notifications when we have new videos coming out, because there's lots of great stuff coming out over the next few weeks. Just got to get it edited. But I'm excited for you to meet our next guest. I think you're going to love her. She's fantastic. And without any further ado, let's roll the intro. So I'm very excited today. I have the wonderful Kathrin Federer coming to us from Switzerland. Is that correct?
That's completely correct, yeah.
Okay. Which I guess you're probably not having, it's supposed to be 110 here today in Texas, so you're probably not having that kind of heat there.
Oh, we do have currently.
Oh,
yeah, we had today about 36 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's about 90.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's
it's,
hotter than
no, it's about 100 or so. It's slightly before burning.
Well, I'm very excited because, as you know, I've followed you on Instagram for a long time, and I love your work and everything. Tell me briefly how you got into this. Have you always been an artist? What got you into doing this art as your passion?
So I was very creative when I was a child. I painted a lot. I did it by my hands a lot, and I had a lot of ideas. Later on, I started when I was 20 with abstract art painting. I could even exhibit, so I sold my pieces as well. But something is missing. Something kind was missing, so I stopped. And about 10 years later, I was always interested into techniques and so on, like computer stuff, and I was interested into marketing and visual communication. So I worked for a company, and I was thinking I need to change because I have more ideas. I want to go to visuals, and so I studied visual communication and graphic design, and just because the marketing and how we say, I was very I had a lot of ideas to create a company to be self-employed, but finally after a couple of years I realized that what I'm interested in was not doing a startup company for something. No, it wasn't that what I was interested in. So I was interested in making marketing for a company. So it's kind of a really realization that I'm interested in visuals. So I changed my job and finally started learning Photoshop. I think that was 2012.
Okay.
It's the first time I opened Photoshop. I thought myself, oh my God, how can I ever understand that?
Right.
And this was actually like a flash for me, because I realized that now all what I have in mind, because I have like a story in my mind. I see visuals, I see pictures. They do not exist, but they look for me like beautiful, and instead of going out with a camera to shoot, I just create what I have in mind. That's the difference, and I immediately noticed that I'm now able, or I see an end of learning Photoshop, that I'm being able to create what I have in mind, because before I wasn't able, because I wasn't able to shoot that. So then I started 2019. That's 4 years ago. I started then with Instagram, and actually then after about end of 2019, I was already contacted for art licensings, and I noticed that my stuff is people like it. So I started with black and white because I was told I need a consistent gallery. But then 1 year later, I noticed that this is going to be too tight because no colors. I'm missing something. Right. So that's the way. Okay. And there I am. So in the meantime, of course, a lot of things happened. I'm into NFTs. I have art licensing. I've give Photoshop classes. I do a few tutorials, and I try to help other people and to tell them how to do it. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I love what you do create. And so we've got the 7 questions ready. Are you ready for the first question?
Every time, yeah.
All right. Question number 1. If I was talking to someone who had never heard of you before, and I was going to show them one of your images that best represents your art, what image would you want me to show them?
Woo! That's pretty interesting question. Because I don't want to reduce my art in a box, in one genre, because I'm in love with minimalism. I'm in love with landscape. I'm in love with gradients. Some people sometimes tell me that I am the gradient mother, because I got really many requests about my gradients. So, yeah, I think I just noticed that I'm a bit influenced by the performance of what I'm creating, because I know there are many likes for some particular artworks, and then this doesn't mean that I'm selling those the most. Right. It's different. And personally, I think the unimpressed sheep is one piece I'm still in love, because that's the unimpressed sheep. There's with the 3 sheep and the big cloud in the background.
Yes.
And
yeah, I think that's a good representation of your style in my mind, because I feel like when I think of you, the first thing that comes to mind for me is composition. I feel like you've got such a command of composition. All your images have very strong composition, whether it's a bullseye or any other. They're not haphazardly composed. And I think that's a really good composition example. So I would agree with that.
I'm so happy you tell that, because I pay a lot of attention of composition. And the interesting thing is, when I figure out where to place the objects, there are rules. We all know there are rules where to put, where it is, and to give lines. But for me, it just feels not right when I'm position it somewhere. And then when I later control it, for example, to go with those rules, it's exactly there where you need to position it. But it's for me, it's a feeling where I feel where it has to be positioned. Right. And of course, I'm addicted to lines and to vanishing points, and it's basically the same as in my real life. I like it very clean and minimalistic. So it's representing a bit my style, you know. Right. Okay. But also there are other pieces in the range of minimalism I still like so much. But I think the unimpressed sheep, it has 2 things, because I like the color scheme there, and because the sheeps are actually a very underrated animal, I would say. Okay. So I like these points, you know. I like the underrated thing and uncommon, and yeah. Okay, good. All right.
We'll accept that. Question number 2. For you, what is the biggest obstacle to creativity?
Yourself.
Not pushing yourself?
Time, and copying, because I think copying is so bad. You know, I see my stuff, people are copying my stuff, and it's really sad. And I don't know why people just not, I mean, it's a big difference from being inspired and copying.
Right.
Being inspired means you have here your inspiration, and here you have your creation. But if you go, you would never see any connection between. Then it's inspiring. But if you copy, you see this and you see this, it's similar. So I think it's hard when you are going to creative, it's hard not to get influenced by other stuff too much.
Right.
Copying. I mean, I'm of course I see other stuff and I get influenced from it, but I never copy.
Right.
And the second thing in creativity is time, because there are time sections in your life you are not able to create. I mean, I have that. One time I had 1 month, I had no ideas. I was scared about that it's not going to be coming back. It's not going to coming back.
Right.
But there are many other obstacles, I think. I think
those
we
are
have
two
to
good.
Go ahead.
Those are 2 good ones. Those are 2 good ones. All right. This will be an easy one for you. All right. If Photoshop got rid of all their shortcuts and they were only going to leave one shortcut in place, what shortcut would you want them to leave in place?
Control S.
S for saving.
Yes. I don't know why, because I think, or Control Z, of course. Control. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I think, no, then I would say Control Z, because the Control S, I think.
Okay.
Because I think it's even the most I'm using, but yeah, you said one, so there
right.
is it.
The undo, that's your pick.
Yeah, undo, yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, this will be a hard one. This is gonna be a really hard one for you, I think. Okay. In one word, how would you describe your style?
Clean.
Oh, dang it. Well, you made that too easy. But that's good. Yes,
Yeah.
you already kind of alluded to that.
I mean, I figured out what is my work. I don't have a particular style, but you know, you have the animals, I have the minimalism. New have abstract work as well, because I'm in love with different styles because I love lines, and then I have the flowers, and I have black and white. I'm probably going away from black and white the longer the more, but these have nothing. I mean, what has the abstract with the animals to do? Nothing, but they are both clean.
Right.
You only find clean work.
Okay. All right. Question number 5. You're doing great. Question number 5. This is not photography related, so I'll give you a break. Would you rather, if you had you could have either one of these, would you rather have the ability to make yourself invisible or the ability to fly?
Fly.
Okay. Fair
because
enough.
I can tell you why.
All right.
Because I often have ideas how things look from bird view. Like recently, I was imagining how it would look if I would see from a bird view. How we say in English, a bat tube in a in a flower in a lavender field.
Right.
It sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
that's why I say fly, because
Okay.
I love the bird view. I don't have a drone, so too bad, that's flying, definitely.
Well, and you could travel.
Oh, yeah, sure. I would go every weekend. I mean, it depends on the time, but I would love to go to America because I love America a lot. So I would definitely fly over every weekend.
That'd be a long flight. Okay, good. All right, here's one. Number 6. What is something that you believe in that most people do not believe in?
It's a bit hard to say, but I would say talent.
How so?
I mean, I have Photoshop users. They come to me to learn. They probably learn the software very fast. They can do, they know where that is and how to do that, but they have no talent to figure out what a beautiful composition is. They have the skills for the software, but at the end, it looks like a mess. So I think talent, yeah, it would be talent.
That you either have talent or you can't learn talent. You either have talent or you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, of course, you can learn how an image looks probably nice,
right.
But it's pretty hard, or it takes a long time until you have the same result as a person who has the talent to see that,
Well, that's fair. Yes. Well, it'd be very easy for you to teach someone how you physically built one of your composites, but it would be very difficult for you to explain to them how you got the idea in your brain.
You know what I say to all my students? I say my skills. I'm really not the best Photoshopper. I'm not too fast at all, but probably my talent or what I'm good in is my idea.
Right.
So that's why I want to say. That's why I think that's something it is.
I think that's interesting. That's good. All right, you're down to the last one, number 7. You ready?
That's it.
Last question. Anyone who does compositing has, at some point when you're creating something, you just get to the thing where you go, it's just not going to work. How do you know when it's over? When do you throw in the flag and go, put up the white flag and say, I give up on this project, I'm moving on to the next? How do you know when it's over?
I mean, I'm so glad you tell that, because some people just think I'm creating and every time it's just going perfect. I would say I can go all to my archive, or what's to say, to my browser, to my files.
Yeah.
And there are so many just lying there and unfinished, and it takes, because it's really good question. Currently I'm having a flow. I don't know why, because everything I just doing and creating works. It's really spectacular. I love these days, but there are different days. You start a composition, it just doesn't work. You leave it away. You may start a new one, it doesn't work. So I have to say that when I notice the composition or the idea is good, but I'm not finally able to create it at the moment or to finish it or to come to an end, I leave it on my computer. It could be months, it could be a half a year. And just I notice that if I come back after a certain time, I really am able to finish it. That's really cool.
Right.
So, but I think all those I ever thought that they're gonna work, but just probably not at the moment, I finished. But I recently noticed I have a really old stuff, probably 2 years ago. I wouldn't post or I wouldn't finish because just the start is bad.
Right.
I'm gonna delete. But I think I can't tell you what is I just have that feeling that it's not working.
Right. You lose the passion at some point and you move on.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like it doesn't fit anymore, or I don't know. But it's really, really, I can recommend, if you can't make it today, don't push too much. Just leave it. Right. And you come back, maybe 2 months, 3 months, half a year, you're probably going to make it. Right. But probably if you don't do it then, 1-2 years, delete it.
Well, you have passed the test. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did this. I will put information down below for people to check out where they can find out more about you. And I would encourage people to definitely look into your images and things, because I think they're wonderful. And like I said, to me, they're a wonderful study in composition of how creating things. And so I just love it. Anything else you want to add? Any other projects you've got coming up that you want to plug? Or
yeah, I just want to say that I'm really going back to my roots, where I started 2000 with abstract work, but painting. Today it's completely different. It's digital, so it's I have a few already on my website for the purchase, but there's a lot coming more for the abstract stuff. I'm still figuring out if I'm going to share that on my current Instagram or doing a new Instagram, because it's completely different. Right. Or it's just a phase from me, just like 2 months I'm in love with abstract, and I don't know, because I loved abstract, but I don't want to miss the other ones. So, and I'm going into 3D stuff more, and that's one thing from me, and one thing for you. I just like you as an interviewer. You're so great. I really appreciate the thing with the 7 questions. It's really cool. I like the idea.
Well, good.
So really appreciate that you invited me. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, if I can ever make it to Switzerland, I will definitely come visit you. But thanks again for doing this.
Thank you for having me. It's really cool. I like that.
And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that and got a little bit out of it. I feel like she really had a lot to add on how she got to where she is creatively and professionally. And so I thought that was kind of an interesting journey to follow. So anyways, great work. Make sure you're following her. I've put information down below so you can find out more. But that's all for this week. If there's someone else that you would like to see me contact about doing the 7 questions with, leave their name in the comments and I'll see if I can work it out. But that's all for this week. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.